Patreon.com/the Walk Off Podcast. $4 a month gets you in there.
Scott, you're the man. I really appreciate teeing me up to be able to talk about the team because I'm really, really fortunate. You've had him on the show before, but Jimmy Van Ostrin is our major league mental performance coach.
For those listening, by the way, he's going to be the bearded guy you see in the dugout all the time. I just love the psychology behind this because, and you summed it up so well with the streams into the river analogy, because when it comes to sports, it is such a team first mentality, and it's incredibly important to have that cohesive goal and everyone be on board. But like you just said, it is so individualized too, and it's so important for the players to understand when stuff like these breathing exercises work for them. And I know communication is so important. I know we talked to you about this last time and just how is it group, is it one-on-one? And you were basically like, it's both, and it's important to kind of tunnel in on who the individual is and what they're doing. I know you mentioned your 5 staff members. I would love to show a little love there. Let's hear their names and their roles and what they do and how they have really made this mental performance department work for you.
Scott, you're the man. I really appreciate teeing me up to be able to talk about the team because I'm really, really fortunate. You've had him on the show before, but Jimmy Van Ostrin is our major league mental performance coach.
For those listening, by the way, he's going to be the bearded guy you see in the dugout all the time.
And the beard is luscious right now.
Good to hear.
He'll be hard to miss. We'll see how long he keeps that, but he's had vast playing experience, playing for Team Canada, playing minor league baseball for a long time. He's a world-traveled guy and cultured, and he's also coached in the NCAA environment for a long time, and then has been a mental performance coach with the Mariners and has been doing this for years and has some great mentors. One of the things that blows me away about him is perspective. He's a rock. And so much of his work, if you observed it, he's just creating a space for development, and he's such a keen observer, and he's so judicious with his feedback. You know, at that level, you have guys that have had stuff is working for many of them. They've had long careers, and so he really picks his spots, and he's shaping and refining. And his perspective is just elite, and he's a rock. He models a lot of that self-regulation, self-management in these high competitive environments, high stress environments. He really manages himself so well, and then he's able to give that to other people in the environment.
Which is a skill set on its own, isn't it? Being able to impart that wisdom.
100%. You know, I think timing is everything. When a student is ready, a teacher will arrive. And so Jimmy's not going to hit you with a ton of stuff, but when you have an ask, he will be ready, and he will offer and deliver something that's a nugget. And there's something to be said for that. A less is more rather than more and more approach, and you know, not trying to demonstrate value. He can hold his space in the environment until the moment is right. And it's just, it's a beautiful thing. Elite in my mind. We have another team member, John Lannon, former major league pitcher, a long career, and a really, really established lefty. And John is a deep swimmer. He's got clinical chops. He's got a performance psychology chops. He's been with the team now going on year 4, and he's got the ability to work with all manner of players. He has the ability to set culture. He has the ability to work with players that may be going through tougher challenges and trust him. And he's just, and he can also throw lefty BP with good mix.
Well, there's that.
Which is like,
right?
Swiss Army knife. I don't know if it gets better.
Okay. You are
I
always so
do
generous. No, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
do want to hit up the other two. We have two
Yes.
new members to the team, Scott, and one of the things we wanted to do was enhance our Latin American players' support. Not just having bilingual capabilities, but also bicultural understanding. What does it mean to come to be an international signee or an international player, and then come stateside and enter a really complex player development system that's got 7 teams, all new coaches, a different language, different culture. And so we hired Raul Pimentel and Erica Monsalve, and both of them in their first year, things that we emphasize are feel and relationships first before we start trying to deliver content and be subject matter experts. We want people to know that we care, we can be trusted, and we want to learn you. And our whole stance is you're the expert on you, and we'll help guide, facilitate, and bring those answers out of you and those solutions out of you, because you already have a lot of things to get to this level to recommend you.
Love it. What a great team. I thank you for shining some light on them. It is appreciated. And honestly, Robert, we appreciate you so much and your generosity with your time. We are well aware you do not need to sit down with a couple of boneheads with a little podcast in Alberta, but we really do appreciate it. We've got a couple of listener questions we're going to try to get to before we let you go. But again, thank you so much.